Guys. Is it good now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Let's get this documentation.
I've shared the okay.
Where were we?
Under the new function.
No. Okay. So the names table, there is. So we have this thing. Okay. So so we have the key pos and pos. I think probably means position. I'm not sure. So it specifies which element in the stored tuples to use as key. By default, it is the first element. That is, pos equals to 1. However, this is not always appropriate. 1 minute, guys. Sorry. How do I mute this thing?
Okay, so I guess what Joseph was saying is, like when you insert, whenever you're inserting a record, you always put in a tuple. So by default, the first element is always the key, but you can decide to choose which element is the key.
By default, the first. Wait.
Yes. Yes, I'm back. So they're saying by default it is the first element. So which element in the stored tuple to use as a key? By default is the first element, that is position is equals to 1. Pos, sorry. However, it's not always appropriate. In particular, we do not want the first element to be the key if you want to store Erlang records in a table. Notice that any tuple stored in the table must have at least pos number of elements. So I guess we'll have to find out how this exactly works. So I think we can create a table. So we do X and we do I can let it pass in there. Do we name this table? It will be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we do ETS dot insert.
ETS.
Oh.
List ETS.
Okay, Kenya. And then now this is the part where they're saying. So they're saying we can do, say you want to say Joseph or Joe. And then so this is the part where they're saying you can put a position. So let's say 2, because the default is 1. Like I think this is like the standard, if I'm not wrong.
Actually, so what that's saying, maybe I think I understood it wrong. So we are trying to create a new ETS table, right? So whenever I'm creating it, I'll say that for this table, all the elements, all these records that I've always been inserting here, by default, the first element of that tuple is the key. So just like the way you are inserting, could you please go back to the IX session? Yes. So right now, the way you are inserting a record, right? The first element of the tuple is Joe. So that record is going to be identified by Joe. So Joe is the key in this case.
Okay. So the second part is the value. So you can say where there's
So the second one is the
full name. So you can say where it gives me my full name. Yes. So this will also be mapping it.
Yes.
Now, so if I
so by default, that is how it operates.
Okay. So okay, so basically just saying whatever I'm doing right now.
Yes. So if you wanted to change it, so maybe when you're creating a new table, you can pass in that option and say the key position.
Okay. So at this point.
Yes. So just after the named table, you can pass in
a new.
Actually, it's on that list. I'm not wrong.
Oh, inside here.
Yes. We'll just try a tuple.
Options. Yeah, we can do that. Let's try it. So we name it what?
Key position.
Our key pos. Is it? It's supposed to be a string.
It's an atom.
Yeah. So.
Was there an underscore? Not sure.
There's no space in between.
There's no space.
Yeah.
But
actually, there was no underscore.
No, you can remove the underscore between key and pause. Small p.
Small p.
Oh.
So the position now is an integer.
So by default, they said it's 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
So do we change it to something different and see?
You can make it to 2 and see.
Okay. So, okay. I think it's going to fail because I'm creating the same table. Or errors were found of the given arguments to a second argument invalid option. So we're saying it's not correct.
But try changing the name of the table.
Yeah, it's now good. That one accepted. Okay, so I'm a bit lost. So how do we confirm that this is working? Or rather, how do you test this out?
Yeah, so you'll try to insert a record.
Okay, I get now to do next. Okay, so we will insert into table UG.
ETC.
Oh, again, it's just it's my bloodstream today. Okay, so we're inserting what?
We can use the same Joe and Joseph.
Okay, but this time they're saying okay. Right.
Yeah, so we can try. Yeah, we can try and get all the values from Kenya and UG and just see what happens.
Is it lookup or is it something different?
We can just list everything.
Okay. I need that function.
It's
tab
to list.
Tab?
To list.
Like this?
No.
To integer.
To like this or something different?
To integer. To the number.
Yeah.
Yeah. List.
To list. Okay. Right. Cool. So it's
so how do we know which one is the key?
I think we should use lookup. So lookup is what you use when you're using when you want to get to access a record using a key. and it's
So
ETS.
this time they're saying, okay, so yeah, I
Yes.
remember. So okay,
So for this,
so
you're using
so if I do this, it should fail.
Yes, but
So if I do Joe, it
try
should
with
fail.
ETS. Yeah.
Let's see. Undefined function, it says okay. Let's try it, Joseph.
ETS.
You have used it.
ETC.
Guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so that one brings nothing.
Yeah.
Can we try the same lookup?
Cool.
And
Yeah,
that one.
it came up. This one works. So
Yes.
question is, if you put an integer more than 2, what happens up here?
So it means
Like
the
for-
third element is the key.
Is the key. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
what
have
is
a
the first and the
question.
second?
Okay. Someone said something.
So what will
Okay.
be the first and second element if our third element is the key?
Good question. Because that's no longer a
Because
tuple.
it only takes
No
a
longer
key
a
pair
tuple.
value.
Yeah, it's no longer a tuple of 2
How
items.
about you try?
Okay, let's try. So we can just clear this.
So create a new ETS table and
So
set the key position to 3. And actually try inserting a 2-element tuple so that we see what the error is.
let's do TZ. And we do 3. So yeah. And then etc. Insert. So this time you can say it's Joe. Then it's Joseph. Then
Actually, just try it. Could you try 2 first?
let's try it 2 faster. Okay, so
And see what happens.
failed argument error. So it expects to have 3. It
Yes.
seems. Let's do 3. So put my initial. That's it.
Okay. What about when I look?
You have to look up with K. Yeah. So in short, that thing sort of like if you consider it like it's a table. If you look at it from the database point of view, it's like saying what's the primary key in a way. Sort of.
Yeah. Can anybody hear me?
Sorry?
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, but you are fading away.
So basically what it is, it's you treating the whole tuple as an object and taking one element from the tuple or from the object with the key.
We can't hear you well.
I got him. Perhaps I can just repeat what he said.
Okay.
So he said you treat like, okay, what's happening is that this tuple is being treated like an object. So whenever you set this key position, you're saying which one is the key. So if I was to illustrate it from like a map point of view, it's like when you have if you have K, like if you have this percentage in this thing, and then something like this. So if you think about it, it's like you're setting this value here, which will give you now the access to the rest of the things. When you say which one is a position to look at to consider.
Okay.
So basically there's no value.
Yeah.
We only have a key and the whole object.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think that one is done on my side.
Feel free to choose someone else randomly.
Okay, let me see who's in this list. Okay, just let me stop. Pause share. Can I stop sharing? We can do Magua.
Which
Then I
Magua?
want Sigui. I think it's Sigui.
Okay, can I continue using your screen? If that's okay
Sure,
with you.
no problem.
Thank you. So you can
Okay.
unpause. Yeah. Resume
Oh,
the
I can
share.
unpause. Oh,
Yeah.
Resume share. I actually wanted to stop sharing, and then I don't know where that button went.
Yeah, that happens. Zoom is a bit confusing to me too. So are we supposed to be looking at the next option?
Yeah.
Awesome. Key position. So now we're having some family problems here where you have hair. How do you read that? The first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are inheritance problems.
Yeah.
You will never get it right. Stop trying. So the first element on the 3-element tuple, the first one of the 3-element tuple, so it can be either 3 or 2-element tuple. If it's a 3-element tuple, you give it the PID and the data. 2-element tuple, you just give it. Okay, what is hair? In a family setup, is it someone above you or below?
Okay, you see, you see your grandfather's hair.
My grandfather's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and my father?
Your
Your
father is
father's hair.
you're also your father's hair. Yeah, like
Wait.
whoever is. Okay, so
I thought hair is somebody who is chosen. Your hair to something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Heir
like
to the throne is the prince.
it's a person who
So prince is
if
the
you are
heir to the
inheriting
throne.
something. Yes, if you're inheriting something, you're the heir.
Don't assume I know who a prince is. We don't have princes where we stay.
If you're inheriting anything.
There's something else. A person legally entitled to the property or rank of another. Can your wife be your heir?
Yes.
From what you're describing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Legally, she is. She's the first in line if you die.
So I have to die.
I choose whoever.
Yeah, see,
for someone
that's
to be
the whole point. Someone who takes over, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in this case, it's giving us the ability to write a will, technically.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So they say it terminates.
So it inherits the table if the owner terminates. Interesting thing about those who don't know what happens in Kenya, if there is any. So traditionally, in some communities in Kenya, by default, if you don't choose, and actually I don't think you had to choose, if you die, your brother inherits your wife.
You're the heir to your brother.
Yes?
You're the heir
Your
to
brother
your brother.
Your brother is your heir. So in this case, you're being given the option to choose who inherits whatever. So the heir inherits the table if the owner terminates. So in case the owner dies, this person chooses the table. So message is in this format, is sent to whoever is supposed to inherit. That is the death certificate. It needs to contain the word ETS transfer, the table ID, where did this come from? I don't know what the data is. Oh, it's pronounced as air. No. I won't fight English. So
air data.
The last one is the data that we need. So it's sent to the inheritor. when the death occurs. The inheritor must be a local process, and the default inheritor is none. So no one inherits anything. So it means if the owner dies, the table is destroyed.
By default.
Okay. Yeah, by
unless
default.
Unless you write a will.
Yeah. Unless you write a will, every of your asset is destroyed. This is bad.
Okay. So do you see this in action?
I keep being muted. Am I in safe hands?
Been muted by who?
Oh, Nuku is asking if women can also inherit husbands.
Sorry. Nuku is asking if women can inherit husbands.
The current
Yeah,
generation
they
inherit
can. Not current, every generation. You can inherit husband. It is
No, wait.
it is allowed.
Under what condition do you inherit a husband?
When your husband is dead and you're young.
No, when the wife to the husband is dead. Oh yeah, makes sense.
That means I can inherit my sister's husband.
Yes, it's perfectly okay.
Then you'll have two husbands. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Assuming they are already married.
That's very, very interesting.
Didn't see that coming.
Okay. Okay, so how do we test this out?
Yeah, I think we can create two processes. The first process to own the table. Then we create another process hanging in somewhere, unmarried Tracy. Then we tell this unmarried Tracy to inherit if the parent dies. So let's go and do
a new table, a new process.
Yeah.
And
We
then
need
we
to do a
murder
new
the
table,
parent.
but not the parent of the table should not be IEX. So it needs to be inside an anonymous function.
So we spawn another process.
Yeah, so we can do spawn. F, it's F. Bracket, open bracket.
Spawn is a function.
Fn. The arrow.
No arguments, yeah?
Yeah, no argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can just do like that.
So let's create a table in there. Dot.
There's new.
Dot new.
Dot new.
Yeah, inherited. We can call it inherited named table. Okay, we can end on that. Yeah, end the FN. Yeah.
I think I have too many. It's too much. Okay, is it me who did this or it's the machine? Okay, so I was putting tabs. Syntax: unexpected word end. The dash is is missing termination. So
yeah, we didn't close.
I didn't postpone.
No, you didn't close ETS new.
No, I closed ETS new.
No, ETS new.
No, it's supposed to be closed after table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you should remove the bracket after the end, right?
Yeah. Perfect. Now we have the PID for the first one, which owns the table. So the next can be, let's now create, wow, we'll have to do this again. We needed to create a process to own.
Then kill it.
Yeah, we needed to create a process first. So
actually, Siku, how about we use the IEX as the parent? No, okay, as
we'll
the
have
child.
to kill the parent. We'll have to kill the parent.
Yes. So the one that we are going to kill is the one that's found, that we spawned.
Which is the parent? Which is IEX? Or you don't want to kill IEX?
No, like in this case, the PID or the IEX version 1, that is the process that we are killing. That is not the IEX, but the one that we've spawned.
Do you think if you kill IEX and it restarts, it resumes everything from the previous IEX?
No, not really. We are not killing the IEX, but rather, remember the owner, we are assuming the owner of the ETS is the one that we've spawned, right?
Yes.
Yes, and it is not IEX. The one that we've spawned is not the IEX.
Yes, it's 110.
Yes, so I'm saying we kill it, and then IEX is the one that is supposed to receive the message so that we can actually inspect and see.
Yeah, but when we were defining the table, we didn't tell it who should inherit.
Who's the owner?
Yes, so we can get the PID of IEX and save it in a variable so that when we spawn next time, we just pass that.
Oh, so it just goes to IEX.
Yes.
Okay, so we can just change the table name. We can redo the same thing, change the table name.
But first we get the PID.
Also just scale it and start a new one.
Yeah.
So we can get the PID for IEX first.
We can do self.
Variable.
Self.
Oh yeah, maybe actually self works.
Like this, yeah?
Yeah.
Then we do
okay,
this
now
guy.
we need to define. Yeah, we need
This.
now, after named table.
Need this thing now.
Yep. So should we put the word air? I don't know how to read that, honestly. Yeah.
I think this is like a sample.
It's a tuple.
It's a tuple. What's the first element of the tuple? The word.
An atom here. Yes, I will assume it's that because you'll realize in Erlang, variables start with capital, but then atoms are all lowercase. So
okay, then the PID, which is self, which you can do V1. So that can be V1.
Yes.
Pardon?
V? No. V, then the opening bracket. 1, yeah, 1.
Okay.
Then comma, the hair data. So how do you do who? Hey.
Could you check? Because it's also a variable.
Yeah, that's a variable too.
Did they describe it there?
It's a term. It's anything. So you can just have colon data as an atom.
Okay.
All right. I have a feeling we're defining this wrong. After named table, we're not supposed to close the list.
Yeah, it's another option.
Just copy this.
You can't cut.
I was wishing so much that was possible. I wish you knew.
Yeah, so after data, you can remove the comma. Yep.
It was three attempts, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we care? Okay, we'll just print it here. Error, raise an exception, no function clause matching x history.end.
Okay, that's V1. That's
I think
problematic.
Yeah.
Why don't you save it to a variable?
Yeah, just save it.
Yeah, we'll have to.
So maybe not name it like that.
You can just name it PID.
Do we also sell this PID in this ID somewhere else?
No, we can refer to it. Okay, it's okay. Perfectly okay.
Okay, cool. So we have the
that worked.
So we
Okay,
need to
so
kill
So now,
HPID.
yeah, we need to kill the 108.
okay. So
How do we kill processes?
Kill.
it's just
You try
kill.
kill.
Kill
Process
HPID.
kill, just like QIM.
Like this.
Capital P, right?
Yeah. What is called
It's an
actually?
elixir.
Capital P.
Yeah.
Like this.
No, capital.
We'll give it PID.
Oh, this also works. All right.
I think it should work, probably. Is there a kill? Guys, there's no kill banner. There's no kill.
So
Yeah.
how about exit? Exit.
I love the confidence that they
Yeah.
were all talking about kill as if they knew about it.
Yeah.
Exit needs 2.
Okay, so let's see. Process kill in Elixir. Googling is our friend. Is there something like kill alone? No.
I think you can
Yeah,
send a
I
message
think
to
it's an
the
exit.
It's process.exit. Then you have to pass in the reason for exiting. Probably that's the reason why.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can then pass the PID, HPID.
HPID.
Then,
Don't kill the
then you say
father.
it's
Don't
yeah,
put
yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
I don't think we should put
Normal is just
actually.
like the reason. Do we need it?
Yeah. I think I read somewhere that in Elixir or generally in Erlang, when the reason for dying is normal, then that is a normal thing. So maybe it might even fail to notify.
But
That
I
is
thought
How do you
death
check?
is death.
Sorry?
I thought death is death, whether normal death or
No, there's a normal death and there's a very
Accident is not a normal death.
So maybe you
So we can try.
you could put another option and another reason.
Like okay, can we do okay?
Actually, just
Or kill?
try kill. Just put kill.
Yeah.
That
So how
one
do we
kill.
check if our process is still alive?
It's not alive.
process.alive ? That I know.
HPID. Okay.
With a question
pass.
mark.
Should return false. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
So I think
good. So it's alive.
So
So we
now-
now need
both
to
of them
confirm
on.
that our wife was inherited or husband.
yes.
Yeah.
So how do you check ownership?
You
Yeah.
can check the
so
message.
Not really. We can get information about ETS
Can
table.
we get true?
Yeah.
Okay.
There should be a command for that. Who remembers that command for information? Is it info? I think it's info. Just check up on info. On your extreme, is it left or right?
There's info
The
here.
top.
One.
No, there's
left.
Yeah.
Info.
There's
this,
and there's info.
There's two info. Info 1 and info 2. Oh, there's okay.
Yeah,
So this
so
is
you
info.
can
It's
use
already here.
info. Yep.
Okay.
You want to see?
Yeah, actually, there's
You
also
want to
the
see
one
the
on it.
messages? You want to see the messages sent to the process, right?
You can also look at the message box. So that's also possible.
Try flash.
Sorry, flash PID.
No, just
just-
flash.
But we
Just
didn't
type
send-
flash.
We didn't send any. Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
checking
it says
there's a
they sent messages. It sends
Oh, yeah.
something about transfer.
True.
Is it this one or the one with you? I think it's this one. For that, this one is like like the one. Yeah, so it was actually sent.
Yes. Haha. Awesome. Thanks, Noku.
Cool.
So
And
it
it actually
actually
says,
sent that.
it sent this inherited to this guy with some data.
Mhm.
So does this mean our ETS table was not terminated?
We're not sure. We can just check by ets.info. Yeah, then we can give it a name. The
What is
name should be inherited. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's still there.
Yeah, it's
Centralized
still there.
counters,
And
memory. Yeah, if it's taking memory, it has to be alive. And the owner is now this guy, and the heir.
So the owner is now the heir.
yeah.
Is it possible to subdelegate?
To do what?
Like when we moved it to IEX, can we also tell IEX to move it to who next whenever it also dies?
Good question.
Change ownership. Change the
Yeah, probably it's possible to take the ownership of the process again. Maybe even of the table even after the fact.
Yeah, but it's already
check
created.
the functions.
Yeah.
The table is already created, so maybe we no longer have any chance to declare our will.
Check
Or
and
maybe
see.
we do. We just haven't looked at other options.
Yeah. Actually, now I think because it's something that is created, so we just need to check the functions.
Let's Google the word hair.
Yeah, so maybe I will be the last person because of time.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're out of time.
So no one
This
is
is very
inheriting
important.
anything from me.
You're selfish.
Okay, Frank, inherit.
I think it's possible to do it.
Yeah.
But you need to be clever in terms of you have to. I think you can do it by say having when you have this process that is receiving this message, you can probably pass in the data about either the next. You can actually pass in because you have a message box. When you're like evaluating items in the message box, you can actually pass your next. But I'm not sure how to modify the ETS table.
So Joseph, I think so. This message was sent because the other process is dead. Okay, was killed.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah.
And the message was sent because we set the option when they were creating the table, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So meaning this data is already somewhere there with the ETS. It's there somewhere just running. So it's just waiting for something to happen. Then when that thing happens, it triggers the message to be sent out.
Exactly.
So I think maybe right now, to my thinking, if we could change it, then we'll need maybe to pass in that table and modify those things.
Again.
But I haven't seen that. If it's there, I'm trying to. I haven't seen there's an option like that. Okay. So we are out of time. This Sigu's inheritance is not so much helpful.
Yes, it won't be helpful to anyone. So Njoki, you can inherit and finish up the session.
Sigu, you've left Frank with the loans in the bank, right? That's the inheritance.
Yeah, he can pay it off. He's a rich man. Njoki, you there? Oh, Njoki, you're not connected via audio in case you're trying to speak.
And she'll not be able to hear you if she's not connected.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, how can I hear you and you're muted?
How can you?
He's not on mute.
Oh, you're using two devices. Okay.
Oh, he has two devices.
Yes.
All right. The co-host. Who is the co-host?
Njoki is our co-host.
Oh, that's Tracy. So I think, Tracy, you can just finish up the session.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us today. It's fun having you and learning more from each other. So till next time on Monday, we shall proceed with where we have left.
No inheritance.
No inheritance yet.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.